my name is Zachary Hodgen. I am a firefighter is my background. I'm one of the co-founders of FireRein and the VP of Business Development. We've got also our president, Quincy Emmons, on the line, and I've got behind me here in my office, Dr. David Hyman, who's our Chief Science Officer. So basically, we came up with FireRein because we saw a need in the industry to replace toxic chemicals from the fire service. So when we say toxic chemicals, we mean we realized that there were some really nasty stuff in the foams that we were using. Things that we're using to put out fires faster actually is causing cancer to firefighters, damaging human health, getting into the water stream, and having a very negative impact on the environment. And these constituents in these foams are fluorinated compounds, particularly PFAS and PFOA. These are in the mainstream media now, and actually the Biden administration and the EPA are putting a big push to get rid of these. There's actually been a lot of media in the last month. And the reason being is they, again, are bioaccumulative, they cause cancer, and they're bad for the environment. So this has given us a great opportunity as we've been growing over the last 5 years, and now our competition is essentially being legislated out of existence. So a really good time to be launching into sales. So to give you an idea of the impact of what this means, so everybody on this call has trace amounts of PFAS in their blood. That's unequivocally, it is in your blood because you can't get rid of it once it's there. And to give you an idea of the magnitude of how much is being used and how it's getting everywhere, well, if you look at the numbers, 400 million liters of toxic foam are used globally in 2022. So, last year, so this year, 2021, we're probably in the 300 and some million because, due to climate change and also due to, the uses where these fires are more complex due to building construction being made of more synthetics. So we're having to use these water additives to actually put these fires out more efficiently. So as I had mentioned, increased risk for firefighter cancer, and there are now states that have banned the use of these products. So what's our mission? So FireRein is a global clean tech company providing sustainable firefighting technologies that protect people, wildlife, and the environment. So that's essentially what we're here to do, and we've been working very hard to make that our goal and our mission. So what we did is we partnered with some universities, early on Queen's University and Green Center Canada, and we came up with an idea saying we wanted to have a product that's safe enough to eat. And we acknowledged that the foam of the future might not be a foam at all. And in fact, we realized that it needed to be a gel. And what we came up with, EcoGel. So EcoGel is the first and only plant-based firefighting water additive that's fluorine-free. So we actually have 2 certifications of the product indicating that it is 100% plant-based by UL and the USDA. So these are certifications that have already been done, and that proves that the product is sustainably sourced from agricultural biofeedstocks. And what's interesting is that it sticks and stays where it's applied. So now your contaminants from the fire scene are now staying where the fire is and not going off into the environment as well. So this is huge benefit when it comes to dollars and cents, because you're able to put the fire out faster, but also you don't have the excess water damage from the runoff. So if you look at multi-story buildings, like apartment buildings, you're gonna have less water damage. And the insurance companies are a big fan of saving money whenever it comes to those types of emergencies as well. So what is EcoGel? So EcoGel is a mix of plant-based polymers that is a liquid concentrate. And what happens is on the fire truck, you can have different types of mixing equipment that are traditionally used with foam. We've engineered our product to be plug and play with what the foams are using, either reduction or injection systems. And as it's metered in at anywhere from 1 to 6%, depending on the type of fire, it mixes with the water, creating that gel layer you can see here on the wood. So this is a sawmill that burned, building that caught fire. And as you can see, the contaminants are kept there, but also it prevents rekindle. So the firefighters don't have to come back because it's sequestering the moisture as well as, it's sequestering the fire vapors as well as keeping moisture at the fire scene. This is particularly important when you consider wildfire emergencies. and being able to prevent the spread of fire and not have rekindles when a certain area has been put out. So picture it coming out of an aircraft, picture being able to coat your house with it for structure protection from a wildfire. We have patents in over 7 countries that are issued. We also have 2 certifications we're going to, and you can see here the UL efficacy testing for Q4 2021. We're going to Chicago next month to test with UL. That certification with UL will unlock markets like the Canadian military, as well as municipal fire departments like Toronto, Ottawa, and other cities in Ontario and across Canada. The other certification is called the USDA Qualified Products List through the US Forest Service, and that unlocks markets in the wildfire space. So if you consider federal and state purchasers, provincial buyers and federal government buyers here in Canada, that unlocks those buyers for large-scale use on wildfires. So where is our focus going out of the gate? So we've really narrowed it down to the industry sales of EcoGel being focused on the smaller to mid-sized fire departments and First Nations communities. They have a huge need for more efficient and better firefighting solutions. As well, given the current environmental landscape with the fire foam debacle, we have had fire chiefs locally here in Ontario reach out to us because they are under lawsuits from the foam contamination, and the municipalities, the councillors, and their insurance providers saying, you guys have to switch and switch now. And they really don't have any answers that can solve the problem other than our product that have been identified. So again, big opportunity for us, and really gonna help us scale as we launch the product. So to give you an idea of the market opportunity, so we did a bottoms-up approach with the municipal sector where we took a certain amount, an average consumed per first-run pumper per fire station, and basically what that means for our potential opportunity with EcoGel is about 1 billion throughout North America and 91 million throughout the municipal fire departments in Canada. Likewise, we did a similar approach for the wildfire, and both Canada and the US, combined, we're in the 500 million range for the opportunity and unlocking those channels. So a lot of opportunity there, and we do have some strategies and potential partners to help us unlock those bigger channels as well, which we can talk about later. So this is basically just a chart that shows kind of who are the main players, right? So you've got FireAid, Solberg Foam, and a FireEye, which is a gel product. So these products will put out fires, yes. Some of them have performance limitations. Some of them have difficulty in use. But the foams you can see have the, and the gel also have the environmental problems, right? And I won't say which ones on the list, but a couple of them are the reason why these lawsuits are happening and why people are coming to us. So again, great opportunity. So as we go towards UL and getting certifications, 2 years ago we said, well, is it going to be difficult to get UL, and how do we de-risk this and get cash flow moving? So what we did is we actually spun off 2 product lines, one being HotWorks, which is for cutting, grinding, welding. And basically it's a fire barrier for tradespeople when they're doing that type of work to prevent the spread of fire. And then we have one called KitchenWorks that works really well on your kitchen and cooking oil fires. So that's actually been launched. Princess Auto is a local brand that just picked us up 2 weeks ago for those. So those are starting to sell, and we have signed a rep agency for those. Talking about the team, so we're strong in the firefighters. We've got Peter Sells, myself and Quincy, and then David, who brings the science background. Valerie, who is got a background in marketing. She's on mat leave, but she's coming back soon. And a graphic designer, Sean Beek. We have recognized that we need to fill in some voids, looking at bringing in executive members to help with operations, as well as some more executive BD people. And then the ask. So we're asking for $500,000 to help with sales, the certification, a little bit of scale up. I will say this is a tag-along on our existing round. So we've currently raised $750,000 at the current offering. we are able to talk about the same offering if people are interested in that, or potentially new terms. We just want to get the money get funded so we can continue to grow the business. One thing I will mention is that because our technology is so unique, it has attracted interest from Berkshire Hathaway Chemical Company that we've been doing contract R&D with for the last year. They've done diligence on everybody in the landscape and found that we're at least 2 years ahead of any of our competition. And we believe that a deal with them will be impending in next year, likely. But that's going well. And we're going to continue to grow organically until something definitive happens with them. So thank you for your time. And I'm just looking at the clock, so I'm finished.
Perfect timing, Zach. And organically is a great word when you're going from carcinogenic to food grade additive that you can eat.